KC from KC Grandpa Tech, where we talk about tech, fun stuff, and much, much more. Well, we had to do it. We went down to Disney World last week. Our tickets were basically about to expire from the beginning of the season last year. So we took a trip down there, and we went down to Hollywood Studios and Epcot. So let's talk about it a little bit. One other thing, of course, we went on January the 8th. And normally you would see that the Christmas decorations were taken down, but the Christmas decorations were still up. This is a panoramic picture of what was going on. And it wasn't that crowded. It was on a Friday. And we were able to walk through and take a couple of different rides. Now, of course, Fast Pass is still not operational. And we wanted to see the Ride of the Resistance. At 7 a.m., like they tell you to do, we joined. But couldn't get on. And they told us the next time it would be 1 p.m. And we continued our trip through the park. Fortunately, at 1 p.m., all of us were pressing the button, and one of us was able to get a reservation for the whole group to go see the Ride of the Resistance. Now, let me ask one of you, and all of you, do any of you own the Chase Disney card? I got it this semester, this year, and I was told that there are a lot of perks at the park that you can get, like taking pictures, and there's special areas in the park where Chase Disney card holders can go. So I'm going to show you a couple of those places, and then we'll talk about the rest of the trip. So one of the rewards is you can get a picture with a background, and you go inside, and this is not open to the general public in Disney. And they have all kinds of Star Wars memorabilia, the Millennium Falcon, the Death Star, all kinds of other items that are there. And it's also, there's seating in there, there's a place to sit down, relax. So, just to let you know that if you're going down to Disney and you happen to have a Disney Chase card, there are rewards that you can go do a lot of things that is not open to the general public. So let me talk about the rest of the trip. So, we're basically on Friday, even with the rise of 40% of the increase in park ability, we were able to walk through the park pretty quietly, and as you can see, we're walking here through the Star Wars land, if you want to call it that, Galaxy's Edge. There's still social distancing. If you want to eat something, there's lines going in one direction, of course, and Disney's doing a great job of doing that. Everything is on reservation. If you want to make a droid or do anything else, you have to have a reservation to anything we want to do. But while we were in there, there are still some good things going on in Disney that made it a fun day. But like I said, park on Friday wasn't that full, and we were able to get on quite a few things, even without the use of Fast Pass. But the fun thing about it was, I have never had the opportunity myself personally to be down at Disney at Christmas time. So all of the Christmas decorations were still up, and all of the other things were still up. Now, if you guys are looking for someplace when you're in Hollywood Studios to check out, that's still got some character going on, that would be the silver screen. Let me show you that. So with a lot of the shows gone in Disney, and a lot of the characters being restricted to coming over to see you, or you hugging them, one place to head over while you're over there now is Minnie's Silver Screen Dine. And there you'll be able to catch the characters will come around and They won't get close to you, but they will take a picture from a distance with you. Let me show you something else that happened. After a nice lunch, watching the characters at Disney Dine, we also headed down to the Mickey's Runaway Railroad. The wait time was about an hour. It wasn't too bad with social distancing. Many of you heard about that. That's the ride that they replaced and put in for. It's a tribute to the years of Disney, and there's a lot of references in there to their original site where they started their work, and references to the building numbers and the various things, and that it was next to Run Amok Park where they worked. I'm going to give you a little quick clip, and let's see how this works.
Yep, we're off to the park. See you all later. Nothing can stop us now. I don't know how. We're in any trouble.
I give you a little feel of what it's going to be like to be on that ride. It's a lot of fun for the whole family. Little rough on smaller kids, so you may want to hold on to them while the ride is moving back and forth. But all in all, it's a reminiscent of all the different things that have happened to Disney over the years, and their locations. A lot of fun. And we did a couple of the rides. Let me show you that. As I can say, we went over down to Toyland. We were able to get on the various rides that were there. Their wait times weren't really that bad, about 15 to 20 minutes when we were there. Still have the Christmas lights up and everything else like that when we went. This was on January the 8th. Now, last thing we did, the last thing I want to talk about in this park was that we went to the Rise of the Resistance. And that ride is quite different than anything I've ever gone on before, because what it is and what you think it is not the same. Now I have some quick teasers. We did go on the Rise of the Resistance, so I did take a little bit of footage during the ride, just to kind of give you a feel. You know, you probably watched a lot of other videos, but this is from where we're perspective. And basically you are now going to be captured by the Imperial Order, and an escape will be made. But let me just give you some quick footage from what we had. I think you'll enjoy this.
Resources nor the courage to engage us. You underestimate their conviction. Raise the shields! Shields? I see no evidence. Now! Sound the alarm! All personnel to their stations!
Sir, the prisoners have escaped.
How brave, but ultimately hopeless.
There's nowhere to run.
Outside the wreck.
Alright, nice job, recruits. Not what you signed on for, but hey, your resistance.
Well, even though Disney is quite locked down at Halloween Studios on Friday, we were able to get enough done and see enough things and have a good time. Of course, what you're missing is all the parades and things like that, but there are these, but I don't know what they call them. They're just like little intermittent parades where Mickey and Minnie drive by in a Cadillac, and there's a bunch of music, and they pass by really fast. This is where the crowds can't form and wait for them. They're never announced, and we got to see a few of those. Now, what I'm going to go on to is on Saturday, we went to Epcot, the Festival of Arts. And I will tell you, ahead of time, that was probably the worst experience I've had at Disney in a long time. But we'll get into that right now. Now, on day 2, we figured can't be much. It was a pretty good day on Friday. We went over to Epcot. And I got to say, I was very, very disappointed. We had the Arts Festival there, and all the streets were lined with the various vendors selling their art, displaying their art, various things like that. But at the same time, all the shows, that go on the streets of Epcot, which basically makes everything work for Epcot, there was nothing running. On top of that, if you wanted to get something to eat, everything was, long lines, social distancing. But at the same time, we did go down. And I caught, for those of you that are Italian, the Italian Christmas donkey. Okay. We found that in Italy. The other thing I was doing was I was planned to do some videotaping and things like that. I did a whole review on this. This is the DP Power GoPro lookalike. And I have it mounted, and you can see it. But, we were just not getting what we were hoping to get. Let me show you something. One of the things I noticed that the people in the park were just very, very snotty, unaware of what was going on. Stepping in front of you is basically wandering about, It was chilly down there. It was actually about 55 degrees. I went into the Arc Pavilion, get an idea of what this really expensive GoPro camera can do. And they had a show inside there, talk about art, exhibits, and like that. And I just kind of wandered around looking inside. And in the beginning of the morning, it wasn't very, very crowded. But as the day progressed, and people started coming into the park. Now remember, they're only limiting the entry to 40%. And I'm going to show you what that looked like in just a second. This is giving you an idea of what it was like by 12 o'clock. Wall-to-wall people. I mean, we're talking wall-to-wall. Because there's no shows, there's nothing for people to do. People are wandering about looking for something to do. Okay? So, if you want to get something to eat, there's a long line and everything. Unless you have reservations, you can't find anything. Like, if you've gone to Epcot before, you have the little nice shows, you have the little places you can go, many of the stores were closed, and if you went into the store, you had to go, wait for the next person to come out because of the social distancing. All in all, the experience was not what I would have hoped for. The only positive that I did find was that the Christmas decorations were still up. So as we went around the park, that was a pretty part of the whole show. But because of lack of the things that were open and the rides that were open, because of the lack of Fast Pass and the crowding, I mean, it was just an experience that I really didn't want to repeat. In fact, by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, family and I just decided that we've had enough. I mean, it was just not worth being there. It is unfortunate because Disney is trying, but unfortunately, Epcot is really designed around shows. And what would have made it even worse if we had gone to Disney World itself, where most of what Disney World is about is all the different shows and things like that, and the parades, and that's all gone. So, at any rate, this is Casey from Casey Grandpa Tech. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I don't plan on going back to Disney for a while. The Just lost its, the beauty of being there. Unfortunately, in my opinion, what Disney did is it fired all of its actors and shows and things like that to make a profit. And, Disney is top heavy. And Eisner is not a creator. Okay? He is, the original Walt Disney was a creator who ran a business. Eisner is a businessman who is buying up various rides and companies, similar to what Xerox did. Xerox started expanding instead of buying up various digital companies in an attempt to expand itself, and had no idea the new management of how to expand. And that's what I believe is what's happening with Disney now. And everybody's saying, well, Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Disney Plus. But in my opinion, Disney Plus will not be profitable for another 3 years. Yes, they did get a lot of more subscribers, but that's not where the Disney World's going to make its money. And all of this expansion, spending millions and millions of dollars, and without a good creation idea, is really, unfortunately, making the Disney experience not worthwhile anymore. On top of that, if you stayed at a Disney resort and you got all the other luxury things, such as you had the Disney Express, which took you to the airport. That's gone right now, and if it does come back, it'll only come back and be gone in 2022. A lot of people have been speaking about, they're going to make a train from the airport to Disney. Well, that's not true. There's going to be a train that's going to head that way, but it doesn't have the closest stop will be somewhere near Disney Springs, and will not stop anywhere near Disney. So it'll be a mishmash trying to use the train to go to Disney. In fact, what we found was that we stayed at the Dolphin, and it was $150 for two people for 2 days. Where if I had stayed at the Disney Resort, it would have cost me much more, and I wouldn't have gotten anything out of it because of with all the reduction. The other thing that with staying at resorts like the Dolphin or the Swan, it's walking distance to the park, so you really don't need transportation or anything, and then there is the motor transportation. So if you've gone to Disney recently, put it in the comments. What was your experience? But my experience, honestly, Disney seems to be really struggling under this pandemic to try to produce the needed Disney magic. In my opinion, they should have cut the salaries of the executives in Disney first before they got rid of the staff. Because what you have is you reduced Disney to like going to a park like Great Adventure, where it's all rides and no fun. Anyway, this is Casey from Casey Grandpa Tech Out. Again, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time.